Hello, I'm Ondra, and I will be your host for today. Let me welcome you in front of your screens and tell you how delighted I am that we have decided to participate in the first annual online conference, Zoom at Technology. What can we expect in the next hour? Well, it's easy. We would like to let you get inside our company. My colleagues will zoom with you into the world of our technology. For us in Zat, technology has two meanings. It is the technology inside the power plants we control, and it is also the know-how of the processes, how our software and hardware products are created. Anyway, I will not be the only host today to tell you more about this. So let me welcome my colleague Barbara. Hi Barbara, how are you?
Hi Ondra, I'm excited to be here. It's great to see every one of you in front of your screens.
Yeah, Zat has always claimed itself to be the pathfinder in the field of automation, both in the Czech Republic and abroad, since its establishment in 1962. Barbara, can you tell us how this automation world looked like at that time?
In 1962, well, it was the time of analog hardware components, and everyone in the world was on the same page. Everyone was controlling simple gadgets and devices just on their own, thanks to that simple analog hardware components. And Zat was no different. In that time, Zat was controlling mining and chemical industry, mainly for nuclear industry. And the legacy from that time are our manufacturing facilities. And as we keep on innovating them, it is only thanks to that we can still produce most of the hardware we deliver to our customers ourselves. But the age of hardware ended a long time ago, and everyone worships software today. Ondra, when did that happen?
Yeah, well, it didn't last long. Just at the turn of 1970s, 1980s, in the world, there appeared the first processors with very low power capacity. Analog components changed into digital technologies, and software has become a necessary tool for control of technologies. And that followed this trend. Together with increasing hardware, we have started to develop more demanding software, and we have started to control larger technological units, entire energy blocks. However, this control is becoming more and more sophisticated. The next turn point occurred at the beginning of new millennium. Bara, what happened then?
Well, the millennium, it was a time of a lot of changes, but the most important one for us in the field of automation was the fact that computers started to replace human workers more and more. And as we could no longer rely on the experience of long-time workers, the safety precaution of the operation of these technologies had to be implemented into the software itself to ensure that more and more legislative acts were being issued. And for the control system, it was no longer enough to be safe and reliable. It had to be safe, absolutely. And that's what is our Sandra. It's a fourth generation of safe and reliable control system. And it is only thanks to that we are now one of the 5 countries in Europe that can supply their products into the heart of the nuclear reactor and control the technologies closest to the nuclear reactor. But every other day brings out new challenges. Ondra, what are the most recent ones?
Yeah, well, the most discussed topic nowadays is definitely Industry 4.0. So collecting a big amount of data, cybersecurity, Internet of Things, or digitalization of complete production. And that keeps up with it. We want to be a smart company. So the first step towards this was introduction of paper-free production. And we also want to be a company observing the principles of safety culture. And through an acquisition, we have doubled the number of our developers, thanks to whom we will also be able to process big data within databases and visualize them in superstructure software according to the customer's requirements. It means that portfolio becomes even wider. Yeah. Anyway, let's be more specific, and that's my last question. So, Bara, what is currently our most successful product?
Well, it's a hard question. It's hard to choose just one. If I stay within the Czech Republic, I have to mention dispatching control technology that currently enables the power to 1/2 of Czech railways. But if we add the world to the Czech Republic, I cannot omit reactor rod control system, because it is only thanks to the fact that we do the developing, the manufacturing ourselves, that we can prove at every step of the way that the product is being created in compliance with all the regulation requirements. And in combination with perfectly set internal processes, we were able to prove ourselves in the eyes of Czech State Office for Nuclear Safety. And if you add to that the knowledge of foreign law, you can see why we passed the inspection even of the strictest regulatory body out there, Finnish took. But it wasn't enough for us. We want to move forward, so after 3 years of development, we added the control system for the whole reactor. And that didn't stop us. We want to move even further. We need to have a vision, and we do, because our vision is to celebrate Zat's 100th birthday in the year 2062. Ondra, can you take us a little bit into the future and tell us, what do you think the automation field will look like in 2062?
Yeah, automation has always been replacing human labor. It means that in the future, it will follow the same way mankind goes, up to the level of artificial intelligence. So human labor will probably completely disappear from control of industrial technologies in the course of time. Anyway, the year 2062 is far away from now. In order to remain a successful company, we aim our visions at the nearer dates, for example, at the year 2022, and that massively invests in new technologies.
Thank you, Ondra, for your output on the future.
Yeah, it was nice talking to you. Have a nice time.
Thank you. And now, everyone, let's leave the past to the past. Let's leave the theories to the scholars. And let's move to the future, who is sitting right here. 4 of my colleagues who are getting ready to answer any question you might have about today. So let me introduce them to you so you know what kind of questions you can ask. First of my colleague right here is Martin. Hello, Martin.
Hello, Bara, and hello, everybody.
Why is Martin here today? Watch the video and you will see.
Hello, everybody. I'm Martin Konop, and I work for Zat as leader of software group in R&D. Over the 10-year career in the company, I've been working on many different software projects, from system software through application software, software tools to HMI. Above all, I am still a child in my heart. I love playing with all these things. And what I really like on my job is the diversity of developing complex platform. This complexity covers all levels, from data gathering from various technology, through data processing, monitoring and visualization in HMI, to presenting analysis in manager's cockpits. Would you like to know more about our modern, fast, deterministic, open and certified system? Or how do we make sure our control system life cycle is over the 20 years? Or the difference between developing for standard projects or the project with the highest safety requirements? Do not hesitate to ask me.
So this was first of our speakers, Martin, our R&D expert, but he's not the only one here today. Right next to him there is Adam. Hello, Adam.
Hello, Barbara. Hello, viewers. It's nice to be here.
It's nice to have you here. You are passionate about trains and transportation, and what else do you know a lot about? You will see in the introduction right now.
Greetings, my name is Adam Michel, and I work in Smart System Division as a sales manager. Trains have been my childhood hobby, so I'm glad that I can participate in the projects for railway transportation. Just imagine, you are standing on the train station, and if you look around, you can see technology controlled and monitored by Sandra. Would you like to know from which technologies we are processing 1 million data points per day? But trains are not the only field in our division. You can find our system in the gas industry, where we monitor and control 1/4 of Czech supply of gas. Our technology also enables processing of the coal in the volume around 600 wagons every day. We also focus on IoT technology that you know from your smart homes. Now, we have unique opportunity to learn how to use this IoT technology in the industry fields. Feel free to ask me.
This was Adam. I hope the question about, for example, IoT technologies are popping up into your mind right now. You can even start typing them, as you can see, down on your screen, the chat box in the right corner, but we're not gonna get to answering them just yet. Before we get to that, let me introduce third of our speakers, František. Hello, František.
Hi, Bara. Hello, everybody.
What is František's field of expertise? See the video.
Hello, everyone. My name is František Kural. I'm marketing manager and head of service department. I can offer you 25 years of experience with deliveries, commissioning, and service of automation devices. In the next hour, we can discuss our applications at nuclear, thermal, hydro, and solar power plants. Our applications start from small ones, such as simple control loops at heating stations, to robust distributed control systems. And what is our best feature? that has its own control system on platform Sandra. And what are the main advantages of that? How does Sandra control the reactor rods, the heart of the nuclear power plant? And how does it meet the highest level of safety requirements? And why can you find our solutions on 28% of installed reactors in Europe? Would you like to know why we are able to deliver our products to 50 countries around the world? Or anything more about that competencies in power engineering? Please feel free to ask me.
Thank you, František. And last but not least, let me introduce another Martin. Hello, Martin.
Hi, Bara. Hi, viewers.
And I believe you will not confuse the two of Martins we have here today after you see his introduction.
Hi, my name is Martin Brašna. I've been working for ZAT 10 years now, and I started as a design engineer. During this time, I've learned how to design durable industrial cabinets that can resist strongest earthquake and are EMC-proof. Now, I am the head of production and I am responsible for all project supplies. However, today, I would like to zoom into our whole manufacturing process with you. Thanks to our strong focus on quality, we offer a 10-year warranty for all our products. Our products are designed to meet the highest safety standards. Our assembly lines produce more than 70,000 circuit boards per year for high-demanding industries such as nuclear, medicine, and vehicle manufacturing. Would you like to know how to be a paper-free manufacturing facility for producing both standard and custom-made products? Are you interested in the extra step we undergo to enhance the reliability of our products? For the next hour, I will be here to answer your questions.
So this was Martin, and now you know a little bit more about each and every one of our speakers today. But what else can you see on the page? Next to the live broadcasting, on the right side of your screens, you can see 3 more videos. One about our software development, about our hardware manufacturing, and one more about our history. And then, just below the live broadcasting, you will see 8 reference videos that covers all the fields we deliver our supplies to. And as I've mentioned, in your right corner for the whole time you move on the page, you can see a chat box where you can put your questions. We will answer them whether in writing or right here in the live studio. But before we get to that, let's keep the promise we gave you and let's utilize this great opportunity to launch our brand new product. And who better to do it than František? So František, here you go.
Thank you.
Can you tell our viewers, why did we develop this novelty?
Yeah, thank you very much. The reason is very simple, but the solution is not so easy. We have to react on the changing of situation on the market with power engineering and energy. We have to react on the lower number of new building units of big power. And we have to transfer our focus to a little bit different part of power engineering. And this part is, for example, renewable resources. And we have to be prepared for that.
Great, but let's stop stretching our viewers. František, tell us, what is this device capable of?
Yeah, this is the newest part of our instruments on the platform Sandra. It is compact turbine controller. And now, from this time, you will be able to control any turbines of different power, mainly on this architecture of the lower power.
So you were talking about turbines of different powers. What is the difference in controlling them? Why do we need a new solution instead of our regular, more robust ones?
Yeah, I told about the situation on the market yet. Because of building of the new units on the lower power, we have to react by cheaper solution and simpler solution. And this is what we need. Simpler solution for less money. And we have solution for our customer. Compact
Thank you,
turbine controller.
František, for the introduction. And since we've mentioned that we have developed this new product ourselves, I would like to ask Martin, our R&D expert, do you have some background story about developing this?
I don't have a story, but I would like to tell you that last year we had some new tools for helping us developing, and let's say developing to be more with highest quality and help us to be faster and more safety. And this is first case that come from our new tool Altium. That, let's say, whole project from this. We try it through the 3D model, so we see before that we, let's say, left it to be made. And what is interesting, there is a very fast regulator that we added there in FPGA. So this regulator is, or could be to 1 millisecond, so it's quite fast.
Thank you for this additional information. So, as you can see, we do not only innovate and follow the trends in our new product, we also do that in our internal processes. And I'm really glad to tell you now that this introduction of our brand new product has been watched by more than 500 participants from 33 countries in the world. And if you are interested in the number of your co-viewers, you can anytime just scroll a little bit down on your screen and you will see a map where all the countries who are participating have been greened out for you. And don't worry, even if you scroll down, you will still hear the live broadcasting that is going on here. And Martin, to stay with you for a little while, you have told us some specific about developing one product, but what about in general? What kind of PLCs do we use in our products and projects?
Yeah, to be more general and let's say a little bit higher. Additional information to this, it's still based on the same core with, let's say, same operation system with same tools that we used even before. And it's only part of our platform. And in this platform, we have a lot of these compact solutions or of our boards. So to more general, in area of control technology, we believe that it's key part of project, especially this area of project. So it's why all this area, for this area, we use our own type of control stations or PLC. It depends on the connecting these. And not even the design of project, but all these controlling station, even developing them from hardware, firmware, software, operation software there, application software. So for all of this, we use our own PLC.
So you can see we have our own solution. And if you want to know more about this solution, don't hesitate to ask Martin in the chat. And let's move forward. We have the technical means developed now, and we also need to produce them and manufacture them. And this is a great time for another Martin to tell you a little bit more about the topics he was discussing in his introduction, because we have a paper-free manufacturing. Martin, what does that mean? How do you manage this kind of manufacturing?
Well, thank you for questions. A bit difficult question for beginning, but why not? You know, world is still changing, and Industry 3.0 changed into 4.0. That changed too. We can say that Industry 4.0 is based on serial production, but we use some principles from serial production and use it in our custom projects. We have developed terminal of electronic documentation, so-called TED22, which you can see right here, but our hosts are using it. It brings to our workers online documentation, quick changes, and work directly from our ERP system. We also developed our inner processes. The efficiency goes up by 10%, and we also save some trees. I highly recommend you to change your production into paperless. It's really great.
And it is, and I can see as I'm working with this innovation of ours, it's great to work with. I can see why our workers are happy with working for it. And To move from manufacturing and developing to our references, where do we utilize this product we develop and manufacture? You've already heard a little bit about power engineering, but it's not the only field. One big field for us is transportation. Adam, for how long does that supply to transportation?
Okay, thank you for questions. I see that is interesting because I will take it generally. In the smart systems, we are focusing on many fields, and one of them is transportation. We are talking about the railway transportation, it must be said. And it's almost 30 years before or ago when we will start focusing and monitoring the market in the railway transportation. And we came with the acquisition with another company. It was 1993. And we became a supplier for the railway transportation. Today we are delivering two products. First one is dispatching control systems, and we are delivering him about 25 years. And these systems making for traction power, controls traction power for trains. And also we have a second product. It's a little bit difficult. It's remote diagnostic of technological systems. Simplified. It's monitor technologies, what you can see on the train stations. For example, it's cameras, anti-fire systems, elevators, and many more technologies. And we are transferring and monitor data from these technologies, if they are working well or something like that, and transporting them to my dispatchings. And from this data, they are able to make better decisions and making better management of their technologies. And because this technology allows collection data from a wide area, we are able and because also with the standardized systems in this industry, we are able to provide this solution also for in other countries, not only in the Czech Republic. That's it.
Thank you, Adam. So you can see that transportation is one topic, and in general with other industrial processes, here it is time for our more compact solution to be implemented into the project. But we also have a really robust and safe solutions, and we use them for nuclear power engineering. And it is a topic you haven't heard about yet. So I would like to ask František, tell us something about our references in nuclear power. How many units are we controlling with our system in this time?
Thank you for this question, Bara. As we said before, the nuclear power engineering is a big topic for our company, and we have to be able to deliver to this sector because of a large tradition of our company and many references there. Yeah, the tradition is first thing what we need, but another thing is to be prepared for changing on this market. And we can say that we have many references in nuclear power engineering, and for example, we have our solution in Czech Republic, of course, and in Slovakia, then in Hungary, Ukraine, and the current project for this and the next year will be building of new units in Finland and in Armenia. So if we will go back to the question, we have practically about 10% of all installed nuclear unit in the world controlled by our system. And it means that it is about 28% in Europe.
Thank you. And I can see you have mentioned Finland again. It is the thing I have hinted as well in my introduction, that we have passed the inspection of the Finnish regulator. Would you like to add a little bit more information to our viewers, or maybe our R&D and certification expert, Martin, can add something to my brief introduction about why we passed that inspection?
I can say one very important information. The STUK is one of the serious worldwide regulators, and we have experiences with audits of this regulator, and we are able to solve all problems what can be viewed in the project. And I think more can tell Martin if you have more information about it.
I think the main point of it, you said that with Stuk, we have now experiences and we are, let's say, in discussion not even with them, but with nuclear power that help us. And let's say we are in a good way to go, let's say, through this Stuk. And it all looks like that our experiences through the, let's say, last year that we gathered through our business cases, not even nuclear area, and added, let's say, a lot of tools, not even developing tools, but we invest to tools, for example, for requirement tracing, for tracing documentation, for tracing all technology. So all it helped us in these days to prove to Stuk that we are able and good, that we could do it, and do it, let's say, according to their rules.
Thank you. This was a perspective from two of our speakers. And as I can see, some questions piling up, but just a little bit. I would like to ask you again, if you are interested about anything we can answer, just write it right on the right corner of your page into the chat box, and we will answer the questions here in the live studio or in writing. But one of our viewers would like to know, maybe since we are on the topic of safety standards, how do we ensure them in our manufacturing processes, Martin?
How do we
ensure the safety standards in our manufacturing?
Yeah.
How do we meet the highest requirements?
Yeah, thank you. You know, in disciplines where we are developing, we can split them into two areas. The ones who need high safety standards and the ones who need a little bit lower. And products of that needs to operate more than 20 years of uninterrupted operation. So our inner processes are set up, or how to say, are prepared to meet these standards. For example, we have set in our manufacturing graduated approach, or we have in our PCB production washing of all PCBs, or we have selective coating. So I can say we met a lot of international standards for safety.
Thank you, Martin. You have mentioned the fact graduated approach. You could get from Martin's speech that whatever are your needs, whether you need a basic standard industrial cabinet or a more challenging safety one, we are able to do that. But since we were on the topic of graduated approach, can you elaborate a little bit? What does it mean to manufacture with graduated approach?
Yes, of course. Graduated approach means for us that we in production, we are using 3 levels of this approach. The highest safety means that we have more determined checkpoints where we control quality of products meantime, and it means also higher requirements for our workers. The other levels of graduated approach are not so demanding, but still we give you to our customers quality every time, but the highest level has more safety than the others.
Thank you. I hope it is now a little bit more clear to you what we mean when we say we manufacture with graduated approach. If not, again, don't hesitate to ask. We are here to answer all the questions you might have. And since I have seen Martin here looking at me, wanting to add something, so from the point of view of developer, Would you like to add more information?
Yes, I would thank you for the question, because I would like to add to not even Martin and continue to my previous question. Last year we focused not only, let's say, for processing tools, but focusing, for example, on testing tools, and especially in area of high safety, we have to, let's say, have very close cooperation with our manufacturer. So, for example, we added there automatic tester of our boards. We very focus on these automatic tests or other tests, and again added to our process of developing and manufacturing our boards. So it's only new, let's say, not new, but bring automatic to our developing and manufacturing process to proving safety and traceability.
Thank you. So you can see it's not only the set out internal processes, it's about testing and cooperation as well. And as we are on the topic of our control system, František, can you give us some arguments why should our viewers consider our control system for their technologies?
Yes, I can.
Thank you. Go ahead.
I think the main reason why used our control system is our knowledge of technology, because we are very close connected with our customer, which can be supplier of technology, for example, or EPC contractor or end user, and we are connected to them with our service activities or continuous deliveries to their technologies. And we know what the technology needs. It means that we will be prepared for future deliveries, for future supplying. And our next advantage is that the ZAT has its own control system. We have own knowledges about control system, what the system must have for the customer, for the service for them. And our long knowledges and long references in our customers. The main advantage is fast reaction. If we have own control system, we can be very fast. And next, we have many possibilities of design modification, for example. We can make migration of our control system very fast. And the operation can be much more efficient. So this is the reason.
Thank you, František. Now you know all the reasons why to go for our control system. If you are not convinced yet, if you like to know a little bit more, either of our control system or about anything else, don't hesitate to write in the chat box. We are here to answer the questions, so you just need to write them down. And as the questions are popping up into your mind, one of our co-viewers is interested in something that isn't so technical. He would like to know about our turnover. So to add to that, I can just say that we have 30 million euros per year, and more than 70% of that come from foreign references. And this is the time that I will ask František. František, can you point out one of your favorite foreign references, because you have spent some of your time in ZAT going on business trips there. What is your favorite destination?
Favorite destination? It's a difficult question, because we have many references around the world, but my favorite place is North Europe, and especially Iceland. We have very nice reference there. We made reconstruction of control system for control of generator, the excitation systems on both units on hydropower plant Sultantangi, and the countryside around the power plant is very nice, and generally Iceland is my favorite place. And I mean, all North Europe is very nice, but we have also references in South America, for example, in Chile and Latin America and Mexico. It's very nice places too.
So it's kind of like fire and ice, the hot weather in South America and the cold weather on Iceland.
It's
but
true.
you prefer the Icelandic one.
Yeah.
Okay, and to leave the topic of power engineering, but maybe not so much, we have launched one of our new products here today, but we have one addition to the family of our product that is a pretty recent one as well. It's, I think, 2 or 3 years old, but I'm not the right person to tell you that. The right person is Adam, and the platform I'm talking about is Simonet. Adam, what is it? What is Simonet?
Simonet, it's a platform, and it's our answer for the requirements of Industry 4.0. And we are believe that the IoT technology, or generally IoT technology, they are providing gathering information, which is the basic stone in every industry, for example, in the healthcare, urban management, and so on. And this IoT technology provides us the way to do information wireless way. It's a very important because it's not necessary, it's not required the network power. This technology also is simple, so it's good for the maintenance and also for the service. And that belief that can, or not we are putting this technology to the pilot projects, especially in the gas industry, also in the health power plants, and so on. And we are start using also this technology on the transportation. So it's very useful for collection data, gathering, storing them, and also it's necessary to find some connections between these data. So it's good for the precise decision making, to making good and right decisions. So it will cost also your money. So it saves your money. So it's good cost saving. And I have to mention some very new information that our company wants to provide better and quality products. And we answer that with the acquisition of new company. It's a software company. It's called Definitive Systems. And this acquisition provides us options that we can make a mobile and a web application. So we will have better access to your data and also for better decision. It's a Simonet, and maybe some little information. Simonet is an abbreviation of 3 words. It means simply on network. So it's basic.
So we are simply on network with our product. I hope you are now know why, but Adam mentioned 4th Industrial Revolution, IoT technologies, but IoT is not the only topic of the 4th Industrial Revolution. It's also big data and their processing or predictive service. Is that ready for that in the eyes of our R&D expert, are we?
Thank you for this question, and I like that I could continue that Adam said a lot of this. So I only like to add that he talked about collecting a lot of data and, let's say, analyzing them. That output could be, for example, predictive surveys or analysis for help supporting decisions. So it will be maybe a decision supporting system, all of those things. And for this, and it's a goal for R&D for next year, for, let's say, very near future. And we believe that, as Adam said, that acquisition will definitely help us do this. And for this goal, we now starting developing new platform that now we call it information platform. And it will be a goal for this platform that there will be not only storing the data, and there will be, let's say, any other, a lot of other different type of databases, a lot of analyzing them, and there will be again to providing data from it to different, let's say, technological platform, let's say in technological of the way, because it will be, doesn't matter if it will be through on the PC, mobile, tablet, or something like this. So all of it will be now in our information platform. And we believe that it's answer to this topic for that.
Thank you. And as we were talking about our newest platform, Simonet, I can see a lot of questions popping up from you, from our viewers, which is great. Don't stop it. You can still write them, and don't worry, there will be answered whether in writing or here in the studio. And to stay on the topic, Martin, one of our viewers would like to know what is our solution, or how do we visualize data we collected within the IoT network? Or maybe Adam is a better person to answer that question, since it's about Salmonet platform.
Salmonet platform, or what I say?
What about the visualization?
It's necessary to mention that after, when we collect all data and transfer, for example, to do mind control dispatching, we are able also making a visualization of these data. And after that, you can simply see where is some issues and make decisions to make it right.
Thank you. If you are interested in the visualization, don't hesitate to watch the software videos, either the one on the right side of your screen or the one below, where you can see real-life examples of how we solve the visualization issue. And to move to our manufacturing, because I can see our viewers are interested in that. So Martin, I have 2 questions for you. The first one, how do we integrate feedback of site non-conformance from the customers in our design and manufacturing process?
Thank you for the question. Well, I can say that as we deliver on a lot of references, and some of them are really demanding, for example, the nuclear ones, a lot of audits are here in our company from these customers. And if there is found some non-conformities, we working on finding the root problems and working for how to solve it and how to implement this solution into our internal processes. We are very flexible in this, and we are trying to be helpful for our customers in this way.
Thank you, Martin. So I hope this answer was satisfactory to you, that now you know that we will do anything, and that integrating feedback of site non-conformance is not a problem for us. And to stay in manufacturing, the topic of paper-free manufacturing is probably interesting to our viewers, because one of them would like to know, if we say paper-free, how do you perform the end of manufacturing report? Is that in paper or is it electronic?
Well, all this information about end of production are saved or stored in our ERP system electronically, and if customer wants, we can, of course, print it. That's all.
Thank you. And to stay on the questions from you, again, one of you would like to know something that isn't exactly a technical question for my colleagues, so I will try to answer you as best as I can. You would like to know how big of a team of salesmen, businessmen do we have? So if you are interested in doing business with us, be sure that we have more than 20 experts on business in our company. They are divided into the 4 divisions of our company. So each and every one of them is an expert on their respective fields. So don't hesitate to contact us if you are interested. We have a lot of people here to take care of your every need. And to move forward to some more questions from you guys. So one of you would like to know, what software tools are we using for our development? Martin?
Thank you for this question. Let's say it's quite big ask for me, or let's say to our company. As you could see on our webpage, that we, let's say, produce whole project, even from controlling input outputs, let's say through the technology, through the engineering station, up to HMI or even information platform, as we said. So there is a lot of software. Yeah. But in our point of view, still the controlling technology is the key area of project. So it's why, and let's say it's necessary from all these audits and every customer, and let's say to prove our safety, quality, and traceability. You know, it's necessary for this area we have to do, we have this area our own. So for this area, we have our own tool, so-called Partinax, and it's package of, let's say, every necessary tool for comfort, developing application for our PLC and, let's say, for the whole project.
Thank you. So I hope now you know more about the software processes. Again, if you are interested in software, you have 2 more videos here you can watch. And in the meantime, you have just, let me check, 15 more minutes to ask any questions. So if you are interested, if you hadn't put in your question yet, don't hesitate. And before you do, František, you have already talked about our references in nuclear power. You have talked about our references in your favorite part of Europe, in Iceland. Do we have some more interesting one in Northern Europe?
Yes, we have.
Maybe some renewable resources?
Yeah. I will talk about all our references there, from the nuclear to the renewable resources. Yeah. The most important thing, the most important reference, I mean, is in Finland, in Loviisa just now. It's the current project for us. And we will change our focus to thermal power plants. We have nice references in Sweden, for example, in power plant Hudiksvall, in Finland, the power plant Sevo, and the renewable resources. There are mainly in in Iceland, because Iceland is a country where are not the coal power plants or power plants for this fuel. It means that on Iceland we have practically all resources renewable. And it means that that is able to deliver to all kinds of plants, from the nuclear to renewable ones. Yeah.
Thank you.
Ended.
Yes?
One more reference in Denmark, for example, from last year, power plant Lisbjerg. Yeah.
Thank you. So we are a lot of power plants, classic ones, and renewable resources as well. But to move again to something a little bit different, which is a big topic in current times as well, and that's cybersecurity. One of our viewers would like to know, Martin, how do we ensure cybersecurity in our systems?
Yeah, first of all, I have to say that I can't tell you everything, yeah, because let's say we have to deal with it, but we can't tell you everything. But let's say, good in the area, let's say we are prepared for it. Even Stoke want from us, let's say this way. And for example, in safety area, we are ready because this safety and security sometimes are covered through, so it helps us. But not even this is enough in these days, we know it. And according to this, we, in this day, divided the problem to 3 areas. Yeah, to area of company, area of project, and area of tools or products, let's say. Yeah. And for example, in company, now we're talking about take care, or let's say security, our sites. We divided our internal sites or outside sites with hardware barrier, with adding a lot of multi-factor authentication. In projects, we train our design experts that they are capable to design the project even in point of view cybersecurity. And in our products, especially with our designing tools, we reflected too, and we add a lot of let's say adding securities, not even, let's say, they shouldn't destroy the safety, but bring new this security point of view.
So security, a big topic here, as well as everywhere around the world. And for us, it's the cyber one, it's the nuclear one. Security and safety is really one of our strongest qualities. And now, to move to yet another speaker, because I can see the questions piling up. You have last 10 minutes, so don't hesitate to put us in. If you were not satisfied with something, if you are unclear about anything, don't hesitate to write an additional question We will try to answer you in writing as best as we can, even in more technical details than we can get into here in the studio. And in the meantime, Adam, do we have some interesting references in coal mining outside of the Czech Republic? Probably some of our foreign viewers would like to know that.
Thank you. In the coal mining is also another industry where we are focusing on transferring data and monitoring technologies. About the references, in the past time we had delivering conveyor belts and monitoring the working of these belts in Bulgaria. And today, especially, we are focusing on the projects in the Czech Republic in the coal industry. We have technology in the surfacing mining. It's necessary to mention it. We are focusing on surfacing mining, not deep mining. And our technology in the surface mining byla are taking care about the transportation to another, it's a coal preparation plant, Ledvice, and the way of the coal is, in this way, it's necessary to sorting on the coal another parts of material. After that, sorting on some quality levels and cleaning this coal, and after that, transfer to the final customer. It's a coal plants or another households, for example, or another companies, for example. And every process where is this coal going is monitored and controlled by all systems. So it's necessary to mention that we are also in the coal mining industry.
Thank you. So coal mining is one of our fields where we utilize our compact solutions. If you want to see more about that, watch the reference video about automation of industrial processes right below this live broadcasting, and you will see what else our compact solutions can control as well. And I can see one more question from our viewers for Martin, your favorite one today. So Martin, this is a longer one. What are the possibilities to program currently presented hardware? Is it possible to implement higher level control algorithms like model-based control, for example, model predictive control requiring more than IEC 61131?
Okay, thank you for this question.
I hope you are not lost, because I am a little bit, but I'm sure Martin can explain what all this means.
Yeah. As I said before, this new solution, the compact solution, is again part of our platform. And our platform, it's not only these, let's say, products or project, but it's our designing tools too. So as I said, that for this we use our own tool, Pertinax S. So there is possibility to not even program it through the structured text, but we could program it through functional blocks. And these functional blocks, we have big, let's say, library of prepared these blocks. For example, we have adapted it, regulators or state machine, all these things. All is possible through our own tool, Pertinax S.
So as you can see, the answer to your question is our own tool, Pertinax S. And one more question from our viewers, this time for František. František, are we capable to install, commission, or maintain and repair our system directly on site for nuclear power plants?
Yes, we are, because we have a special service department for nuclear power engineering. Our service departments are both one for the nuclear and the second one for next kind of power engineering. It means that we have the specialists for maintenance and service directly on site, and these are the same specialists which are able to test our equipment here in our company during the FAT, factory acceptance test, for example, and then they make the same on site in our final destination of our system. Yes, we have.
Thank you. So yes, we are. And because we have last 5 minutes, we have time for one or two more questions, and one of our viewers or actually two of our viewers are getting excited about something that is connected to our medical division. So, Martin, one of the questions is, do we have some experience with unleaded soldering? Do we use it in our products? And I have a strong suspicion that we do use it in the medical devices. Is it true?
I will start another way. Of course, our company follows the environmental policy, and I must say that we follow the ROHS rules. Yes, we do. We do use lead-free manufacturing for 10 years now, approximately, and without reclamation until now. But some of our projects, our demanding projects like nuclear, they have some exceptions, and this exception is that we can use lead in these products. So our assembly lines are ready to switch between lead or lead-free manufacturing. We are very flexible in this.
Thank you. And to stay on the topic of medical, Adam, since you were the one who attended the Medica conference in Germany this year, can you give our viewers some information about the development in our, as they put it, health division in our production? What is going on? What are we planning? What's new?
Okay. Like you can see, there is a big, very wide portfolio of our products. We are also not in the hard industry. We are also in the medical. We are working also with the medical devices, because that we have a big advantage with our own development and research department, and also with our own manufacturer. We are able to provide to our customer also a new medical devices. It's a new product. We are calling him Steam Smart, and we showed him on the fair trade in Germany. It was one of the biggest fair trade taking care about the medicine devices, all topics about the medicine. And probably if I will ask a cameraman, you can see the Steam Smart behind us. So during the conversation, you can see him. And we are able also to making the certificates. It's necessary to mention it because it's very important to soldering these devices with the certificates for Europe, especially for Europe.
Thank you, Adam, for adding information about our medical devices. We have 3 more minutes, just time for one last question. Don't worry if we haven't answered your question here in the live studio, or we didn't answer yet in writing, we will. Just give us a couple of minutes until it all ends. And before that happens, Martin, one last question for you. One of our viewers would kindly like to ask you that he needs more information about the types of our control system. Can you describe the different types of our control system briefly for him?
Let's say, to start, it's our own control system, as I said before. Actually, in these days, all it's covered by our platform as Sandra. And this Sandra, let's say, the goal of Sandra is for controlling the technology. For this, in this Sandra, we have 2 lines, Z100 and Z200. And let's say, Z100 is focusing for safety, and there is, let's say, simple control systems, because in a safety area, there's necessary to be, let's say, clearly, simply, all traceability. So to prove functionality, it's easy that there is this, let's say, simple solution, yeah. But very traceable, clear, and let's say with a lot of tests. But second line of with Z200 is focusing, let's say, for more general projects. And there is, again, our own control system with, let's say, own operation systems. Yeah, it's in both lines. But let's say it has more power. Let's say it's with quite faster CPU. There are a lot of possibilities for connections. lot of facility for iOS, of all these things. So in these, it's used, let's say, for more general projects, but with a lot of possibilities.
Thank you, Martin. I hope you now have a better image of our control systems and their different types. If you are interested in more information about this, you can always visit our website, or if you leave your email in the chat, we can send you a more detailed information about the different types of control systems. And that applies to every one of you. If you have any more questions, because we are nearing the end, please feel free to use the chat. It will still be active even after the broadcasting ends, and we will keep on answering you. Or you can use a simple email address, marketing, marketing, and connect with us through that. You can follow us on LinkedIn. Let's keep in touch, because there were 640 viewers today from 40 countries around the world. This was Zoom at Technology 2019. I would like to thank you for being part of that. I would like to thank you to answering all the questions I gave you. And if you stay on the page, you will see that all the additional videos are active. You will see that there will be a recording of this. So if you joined us later, it's not a problem for you to watch it all. So let's keep in touch, and thank you very much. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.